Let me tell you something. I served in the military 24 years, and I know the National Guard up and down, back and forth, all the way around. These deployments that they supposedly going on in the United States ain't about nothing. First off, they're gonna have a huge pay problem. I know how the system works. They're gonna have a huge pay problem where they're not gonna get their checks like they're supposed to. It's gonna uproot and mess up their insurance in many cases on their jobs. Many jobs are not gonna wanna take them back. And they're gonna have mass reporting issues because these units usually have usually one readiness NCO. And they have operations sometimes, and they may have supply sergeant, and they may have the TOC where some of the officers work in. When I tell you it's gonna be messed up because you pulling these guys off of their regular life, some of them right in the middle of football seasons with their kids. Some of the parents right in the middle of their jobs as teachers, as professionals at their companies. They ain't gonna wanna be there. And what are they doing? That's the question. They don't see, many of them don't see these missions as viable because they're not. There is no imminent threat in the United States of America right now in these cities. So all this smoke and mirrors that they're getting deployed to defend something, don't believe it, don't believe it. I happen to be glad I'm retired because I wouldn't want to be a part of it. But I just pray for you guys that you are able to get your jobs back when you get off of it and maintain your regular life, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to miss your children. I know what it's like to be 2 hours away from the house and can't go home, and they ain't even got beds set up for you because there are no hotels ready. They don't have meals ready. The food, there's no KP, kitchen patrol, anywhere to cook. What they gonna do? So you got the Burger King every 5 minutes and make you spend your own money. So I'm telling you, you're gonna hear about these stories coming up because I know how it works as a retired soldier. They be better off overseas deployed in a real operation than running around the streets of Washington, D.C. and Chicago, all right? God bless all of you. Have a good day.
You are not going to believe this, despite it being so fucking predictable. Do you know the National Guard called into Washington to keep it safe and to clean it up? In some instances, literally, because there's nothing for them to do. Those guys, do you know that their benefits kick in at day 30 of their tour generally? Do you know what the Trump administration is about to do to them? They cycle them out at day 29 so that they don't get to receive their full military benefits. Not their health care, not their pay, not their leave days. Nothing. All of that is activated on day 30, which they're not going to hit because the government doesn't want to pay their fucking service members to go and do this shit. Get this, they'll reactivate some of them on day 31 so it doesn't count as a consecutive order, or they'll just replace them altogether. This little bullshit exercise is costing the American people $1 million a day, and they're still finding a way to fuck over service members. Don't get this confused. Nobody wants the National Guard there, least of all me. The service members don't want to be there. This is just yet another good example of the Republicans doing everything else other than what's right.
All right, so now we see these three National Guard members do have their 9mm pistols on their hip. So here you have it, the armed National Guard. Now, what is National Guard going to do with their pistols? Who the fuck knows? Because you can't turn it on American citizens, right? So you've literally armed our Guard for no reason. This is just asking for escalation. This is just asking for something to go wrong. You know, when I was in the Army, negligent discharges happen all the time. So how many of these National Guard who are not used to having their M9 on their hip going to ND in DC? We don't know. This is absolutely irresponsible. This is absolutely misuse of our service members. And this is just to intimidate the American people. Our American military is not here to intimidate its own people, but that is how they're being used.
I stand here today deeply appalled at what I see my comrades doing across this country and now across our state. All members of the armed services took an oath, and when I took that oath, I meant it. I swore to support and defend the Constitution of the United States from both threats foreign and domestic. We swore to follow all legal orders and not to follow illegal orders. As a matter of fact, all soldiers have a moral and legal obligation to deny illegal orders. Let me be clear. No one is illegal, especially in America. Migration is not a crime. Seeking refuge is not an act of violence. Locking people up for it is. ICE does not make us safer. It exists to terrorize immigrant communities and enforce a system of racial and economic control. It is a modern-day extension of white supremacy, and its cooperation here at Camp Atterbury is an insult to the very history it was built on. If you are a member of ICE, law enforcement, or a fellow member of the armed services, ask yourself, why are immigrants coming to America in the first place? Is it because we invaded and bombed them? Did we topple their democratic governments? Is it because we assassinated their leaders and stole their resources?